Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. And today I'm doing an upcycling project, and for this reason I have used some coasters that were old. So I took them and I spray painted them with matte black spray paint, and this is how they turned out. And let's begin the journey here. So these are the napkins that I will be using, and I bought these from Pound Store, and we have a Pound Store in UK. So these were for £1 and I get 20 napkins. So you can make a lot of different items with these. So let's open them. So I'm taking out the napkin and they are so cute. I really love them, how they have pumpkins and ghosts and bats on them. Really cute for Halloween. So I think one is enough for me because I'm making two coasters, but otherwise if you're making a tray or a lot of coasters, these are really fun and DIY. And plus you can do a budget friendly coasters as well, and you can use all of your coasters that were not turned out good or were a fail. So starting off, I'm using Elmer glue onto the coaster because I'm doing this first time and I am learning myself. So what I did here wrong is that I feel that here. Also, you can use a decoupage glue as well, but I use a Elmer glue, and you can use Mod Podge. But what I did wrong here is I think I put a lot of glue onto here. I think if you put a thin layer of glue, it's really enough. But I really didn't know, so I put a lot of it. So you will see that why I'm talking that I have taken a lot just in a moment. So I cut my napkin into half because I think I need only one part of it. So I'm just putting this onto the top and just selecting a position. So this is again really up to you how you like to place your napkin onto the coaster. There are so many. You can put the pumpkin side, the ghost. So as soon as I put the napkin onto the glue, I got some wrinkles, so that's the reason, and some places were a bit on the, you can say, rough side. It was just up and down onto the coaster that I realized very soon. So with the help of this silicone tool, I'm just leveling it. So I really don't know how this will turn out because it's just an experiment. So after putting the napkin, I will be removing the edges very carefully. So there are a number of ways you can do that. I have heard that you can use sanding paper, so you can get clean edges when you're doing a decoupage, or you're using rice paper. So but I did rip this off because the napkin was getting really soft. First I am just doing the sides, as you can see, because I want to keep it as neat as possible. So very gently I am pulling it. I was actually going to rip it, but I saw that I can take out the wrinkles as it's still in a working position. So I am trying to remove the wrinkles as much as possible. At some places it started to rip. So I'm doing that now. And here it's all done. Our really cute ghost is onto the spot. And now I'm doing the second one. So for this reason, you can see I'm just spreading the glue now because I felt that I didn't leveled it up. So I'm doing that here onto the second coaster. But as I have applied so much of a glue, we will see how this turn out. So on that coaster, the star of the show was a ghost. For this one, I thought, why not make pumpkin the star of the show? So here I have pressed it, and I will be doing the same what I did onto the other one. So both of these are done. So while I was doing this, I saw my leftover napkin and I saw there are some bats onto the napkin. So I wanted to put them onto the coasters. So I'm simply just cutting them some of the bats, and I will be putting on the coasters somewhere I like them to be. So I cut off this pad and I will be placing it onto the coaster. Just cutting off the edges. So the edges will merge anyway onto the coaster, so it's not a big deal here. So simply I applied a little bit of glue again and just spreading it with a brush, and then after that I will be putting the bat over there. So here we go, and I will be doing that onto the second one as well. And I've cut the bat already, and now I'm just putting a dollop of glue, just a little bit. And then there goes the bat. So you can see there was a little black covering the orange of the pumpkin, so I just cut it that part as well. So I'm just showing you because I was trying to move it, but it was stuck already. So I was just finding something to remove this part. I was trying to pull it, but I was afraid that I might rip the bat. So in the end, I did use the scissors. So these tiny details really matter a lot when you're doing something. So I thought I'll just share this. So I think these are all done now, and I will leave them to dry for a day. Just doing some finishing, and that's it. So see you next day. So this is the next day, and simply I was doing a lot of project here, so I did nothing different. I just did a top coat onto these one. I mixed my resin, and it's a low viscosity resin that is heat resistant, and I just covered it. And after that, this is next day. You can say day 3. So these are cured now. So you can see how transparent they have become. So this was a surprise for me. But I do like the aged effect here because these are for Halloween, and I really love how the transparency is showing here. I will be doing some layers. So this is my vinyl that I will be putting on these coasters. So I ordered these from Etsy, so I will link the shop in my description if you like to treat yourself. I think you get around 6 in the set, and they are perfect for the size of the coasters. So just simply removing them, and I'm putting them onto the coasters. So actually the napkin was for background, and it fit really perfect for that. And now with the help of a scraper or any tool, I will be just pushing it so that my vinyl sticks properly to the coaster here. So I think so it's done now, and I'm removing it with the help of my X-Acto knife, just pulling off the side. So very carefully I'm doing that, plus this is my favorite part as well. So I think it's enough, and now I have to remove it with hands. And here we go. It transferred really perfectly. I'm so happy about it, and looks so amazing. I'm so happy about it. So on to the second one, doing the same. So simply rubbing it on, and then I will be removing it. And here we go. Both are done now, and they look amazing. So it's really amazing when you're thinking about some of your project, and they do turn out exactly as you thought about them. So now this part is done, and on to the next step. And the next step is that initially I was just going to use some gilding glue onto the sides of the coaster, but then there is an idea that came to my mind, and I had to do that. So you will see what I will be doing here. So instead of using that gilding glue, I'm using this one. The reason I'm using this gilding glue is because it's on the liquid form side, and it do give me a flat look. Otherwise the other one that I use, or the tube one, it gives a bit on the, you can say, 3D look. So I wanted to have this flat look because these are coasters. They are meant to put your drink on. So I really don't want any bumps in my coaster. So I just put simply some of the liquid into the cap here, and with the back of any tool, I'm just making the edges now. So I really like the ghost that is peeking on the bottom of the coaster. Such a cute one. So here I'm simply doing the edges for now. So after doing the edges, now I'm making some drips so you can see what I was thinking about, because I really wanted to give them a little bit of more effect onto the coasters. So again, I really don't know how these will turn out, but I had this idea in mind and I had to do it. So we will see together how this looks. So simply I will be making these strips onto both of these coasters. So then I will leave them and they will get sticky, and I will be using my gold foil, or you can use your mirror gold. I will see what I will be using. So I will be using the mirror gold in the end. So simply I just put I got 2 out. So I'm just simply putting it onto the coasters, and very carefully I am applying the gold foil onto the coasters. So you really don't have to rub them very hard. That is a thing and a tip you can say. Just simply rub them and gently pull them. That's it. So I already love them how they turn out, but the magic begins when we do pour the top coat. So everything will get connected now. So I just forgot to tell you that the resin that I'm using in this one is by Estoyo. It's 1:1 low viscosity resin. I have a discount code for this resin available in my description if you like to treat yourself. So I just pour resin onto the coasters now and putting some resin in onto the center, and with the help of the stick I will be moving it all around. First I use my heat gun. In this way I remove all the bubbles that are stuck into the resin. And also it helps me to spread the resin even more. And after that, with the help of a stick, I will be moving the resin. So please do make sure that when I do the top coat, I really don't do a very thin layer of resin. I do pour a little resin and a generous amount of resin. And after that, I take some resin with my popsicle stick. And if I feel there is less resin onto the coaster, reason being is that if when the resin get cured, you will see there are some patches onto the coasters or some bumps. So that's the reason. So I try to cover my coasters with a bit of a thick layer. So here simply I'm just doing the top coat on both of these, and these are the final steps. So let's see how these turned out. So this is how they turned out, and I really love them. Everything came together after doing that top coat, and the dripping that I wanted to do onto the coasters, they turned out amazing, perfect for this. And the background of the napkin, everything is lovely, and I just love how this looks. So this is for today, and I hope you like it, and if you did, please do let me know in comments, and also please like, subscribe and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider do so, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.